So from Mumina Joe about UTV and Mino Siabremu Cassia Bosso, a free Abekan Quantacasi. So and I come social media handles in Nano, Sabitu Akayo or call Facebook Ghana on Sabakan or Sanso and a DSTV News channel 360 also your hall, dear Abekan Kamamunano, over to me and who are fee or to me a boy tree. Na the 74 edama enyumre edi ebremoni didi mu akoti ebi ene se Bank of Ghana penny odano HS fantuma edesika ho a bank for ekwaji fi Bank of Ghana na wate so efi hachichemu eduonu enwotwe eba eduonu enum
sanso ena wo penny a woda Bank of Ghana ano editu dwa so obesre sa wokoto ade ne ma sesama o 10 pesos 1 peso 20 pesos ayaje esanse eyesika yegusua ADA
Sanso na Ghana Education Service ade ababeto o my man anim se o mbesrara se nsemi yakoso se school fo bi abu akwakoka no abusuafo emfanche sanse asebesi no anya ade esiye
osofo a wo hwe yakwan ne akwantempon ensem so odumunyamfo Gavins Agboja akesa ede atodwa se eye mapanyi dada na nadodan kwakufu ado ne 10,000 kilometer roads a wo ye no so mu hunu mu bia edunti na chese eye nada enomodada
Boda woni eche akwatia nso a ade a enche na shibedwani ana ogina ma wonabo NSC akumi nyame to nsafre no ebeto abafoforo na kanem na shibedwani eche se abato ebaso no amanfo akwatia enem ekono mu sisem no mo hwe omoye enem afoforo
na Ora Taufik Adamu Mohammed a political communication lecturer University of Professional Studies opanyi ede atodwa se wo hye NPP amanyoko eye omo presidential primaries no mo pese omo kopre etu franka ma amanyoko no sika ye je omo no edoso dodo a wo kyeremu se nyaade ebeboa kabi mamen kabi amemu
wani nsem bi eka ho na nyimre yatna se nyimre no siambre mu kase bo na mum adwuma bi kro bi adaroma omo no maboy aso yasen yemfo maseda ema omo
this way chocolate drink yes de wo hia ene insto share ye was special ice the mineral water and any drinks assault no best point savings and loans best assurance ye wo you tune chine need fufu nita benkwan omunyina ene nyumaku nkaye bi adaroma no maso yasene ama enwumre ye de ensem no eba akenkan for me abna bayi nyano mene
enim ado ye konsenu ana ye ko Ghana sika krabe about time kese pa Bank of Ghana penny odano ye Dr. Johnson asiama no de nsem ababetu dwa se ebrene bra no omohwe mfantuma bank ahodo sika krabe ahodo no agi free bank sika krabe about time no ho biche Bank of Ghana na mfantum no kane no na gino hanchichemu eduonu enwotwe 28% ene de wonde ba afoforo so mate so ntisi mfantum no akwakodu eduonu enum 25% eno na sika krabe ahodo no Eco Bank of Ghana yede ebema om.
The current account surplus together with the outturns in the capital and financial accounts culminated in an overall balance of payment surplus of $2.2 billion US, significantly higher than the $588.5 million US recorded in June 2024. On this score, our gross international reserves stood at $11.1 billion US as at the end of June 2025, which is equivalent to 4.8 months of imports of goods and services compared to $8.9 billion US or 4 months of imports cover as at end December 2024. The external sector outlook is positive, and this is anchored on favorable commodity prices and improved remittance inflows despite the resumption of external debt service. On the back of the strong external sector performance and increased reserve accumulation, the cedi has further strengthened against the major trading currencies. And in the year to 25th July 2025, the cedi appreciated by 40.7% against the US dollar, 31.2% against the British pound, and 24.2% against the euro. Overall, the committee noted that macroeconomic conditions have significantly improved, inflation expectations are broadly anchored, external buffers have strengthened and confidence in the economy is returning. The July forecast also shows that headline inflation is expected to decline further in the third quarter of 2025 and trend within the medium-term target of 8 plus or minus 2% by the end of 2025, earlier than initial projections. However, there are upside risks to the inflation outlook, which include potential supply chain challenges emanating from the global trade tensions, and upward adjustment in utility tariffs. These notwithstanding, the impact of these risks on inflation are expected to be offset by appropriately tight monetary policy stance and continued fiscal consolidation. The MPC, by a majority decision, voted to lower the monetary policy rate by 300 basis points to 25.0%. And looking ahead, the committee will continue to assess incoming data and likely reduce the policy rate further should the disinflation trend continue.
Shemui Kroya say Dr. Johnson Esiama Esan editor so be mu say eye ye kwan sahodo a ye di e wo ye memu e bi to say 1 peso 10 peso pesos any 20 pesos no e wo say ye gi esan say eyizika ye gusua edi na enche bia ye ne Ghana fo ni bi twetwe nkomo mo de to dwase so mo kwa akoto ade na omukura 20 pesos na 10 pesos aya na omo to ade ne peso mo beje omo so kire mo say so omo sesen scan man crofo na 20 pesos 10 pesos 1 peso a omo pese omo beje eno no panyi di ato dwase e wo se sika ne yekoso a edi esan se bremu no sika e wo se obia eje.
Someone asked about the CD assisted and the fact that the lower denomination coins are being rejected. That issue has come up, earlier, and we are looking into it. Rest assured, we'll find a solution to it. But remember, the notes and the coins that we have issued out there, they are valid for settlement of debts. They are valid for payments for goods and services. And we are urging Ghanaians to accept them. This is our currency. This is our notes and coins. We must accept those for any transactions. CD at 60, the launch is next week, Friday. We are inviting the media. His Excellency the President will be there. And as I mentioned, we want to make that bold statement that the CD is the only legal tender for economic transactions in Ghana. If we all choose to operate, in the CD zone, it makes our work easier. It makes our monetary policy more effective. And it helps in several other ways. We will need the media to drive this campaign. I always cite the example of South Africa. I cite the example of, Kenya, several other African countries like us. They used their currency. And we want the same, kind of behavior right here in Ghana.
Enche na Ghana fujisanfo edi afi entemu sika eya kwa sika ho nsem ebetu dwa na eku baako edi nsem abase ensem bo okeka ensisi su papa enti omra no mepa oman Ghana ma echo Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy edi nsem atudwa se ora ato forcing honorable ensem bi okeka efa oman sika sem ho inflation eni ensem okeka Bank of Ghana ohwe omhihye ene nemo mu ene se obeka ya ukasi ene anye yi ti Dr. George Domfese ehu behia se Dr. Atofo se beba abonti no pagana for choice se se no obeka ya no bebre ensisi so
unemployment won say no it got better under Nana Akufo-Addo even though there are still challenges but it got better. But finance minister Amaya Antinisa was in the unemployment situation no 14.7. Let's just say Akufo-Addo be found 5.2 no they call 14.7 and then I'm a person me gina ha edi tudwa say saa asɛm a ɔkae no data and support ɛnyɛ saa ne te me nka sɛ ɛde wadi tro ɛne die kwa so nanso so ɛnyɛ no korɛ na ɔka kyerɛ Ghana fo no wanka no kra nkyerɛ Ghana fo sɛ ntini sɛ 14.7 no ɔyɛ na yɛ different methodology ya yɛ friend broad measure ɛno nya official unemployment rate ɛno yɛ broad measure na Ghana Statistical Service ɛyɛ ya ɔmunya 14.7 no it is a ka official unemployment rate no now go for 5.2 am I John Dramani Mahama no official unemployment rate you should compare it to the official unemployment rate of Akufo-Addo which is 3.01 and you can say you're John Dramani Mahama official unemployment rate of 5.2 January 2016 I can compare Akufo-Addo's broad unemployment rate of 14.7 oh yes sir na say as a would two foot through Ghana for any so yeah, stress yewura finance minister onya kokodo no mre dwaso no mepa Ghana for because one can credit and share Ghana for on the campaign platform you can say oba with the one cocoa bag ebeji says 6,060 million na Akufo-Addo your kromfo etina cocoa akuafo wasisi wo ma omo 31 million now the oba obeji 60 million oba e won fan ko sa and na your campaign platform to obi anu ni asem untimi fan ko 60 million but we can't take for also your crown for say the more can say Akufo-Addo air crown for no many ano amamuo no eye adwenkyere we beye na we aye wo ye ne se Ghana for fee say enkoyi a na amafoforo aba enye ntokwa economy na ekoyi na attribution no ya na enye yie
Onmunyamfo governs Abuja and Oyeswafo a wɔhwɛ ya kwan ne akwantempɔn ensɛm so opanyi abrano ne nsɛnkyerɛfo kasa ebu akonta afa emodemu anaso ye no abɔ no de to dwa sɛ aban dada no de to dwa sɛ abrano ɔmo wɔ so no ɔmo yɛ akwan bebree brofo kwansin no bɛbɛ mpemu du 10,000 kilometers nanso ɔso ɔmo ba yɛ 1 kilometer 1,000 krampo no ɔmo ehunu so ɔmo ayɛ bi ena afin so no aba bɛyɛ adwuma kɛseɛ pa de ama wɔn mo ɛno nti wɔde atodwa sɛ ɛnkyɛ bia aban no de nneɛma pa ɛba abɛgu akwan mu sɛ de bɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ akwan dodoɔ ɛyɛ kwan papa ama Ghana de hye.
The summary of my visit is that it was difficult to see the 10,800 kilometers President Akufo-Addo declared at a point in time that they have done. It was difficult to see even 1,000 kilometers of roads in good condition in only one location, let alone 10,800. Obviously, what the president said at the time was not factual. Why did we do this? Towards the run-up of the 2024 election, we decided that we would consult with the people of our country in every community and get from them exactly what their needs are. As Honorable Felix said, one of the main issues concerning Ghanaians today in all walks of life is the condition of the road in their backyard. It doesn't matter where you are. Even people in Accra and Kumasi have serious issues with their roads. It is based upon this that the president made a firm commitment to make sure that we improve the road network in our country.
Honga was here, Aquina Quantum Ponson, Noble Govins, Kwame Agbuja, Cassano Chesse, a brass so say a buying Eddie Asutri, my contractor for me, Aquine, and no muchotro and some a fan with church, a choir, was a Jumaniano air consultant, no, since we are quine one years, any penny nano, Asutri had and send ye a day ebemount.
Everybody knows a road that was built which should last for 10 years, which is failing. What we are doing is to let agents of state who look into this to look into them. But going forward, we are saying that from now, contractors who get work must show competence and commitment to do the good job. For instance, we notice at the ministry that contractors get work and then when they are asked to buy, let's say, performance bond, they go to an entity, the entity without making any checks, give them some cover, believing that government will never come back to cash the bond if things go wrong. Let me sound this warning. From now, when you are a contractor, you do work, and the work fails without explanation, we shall cash the bond. We shall cash the bond to use to restore the road. If you are a consultant, before you get work at the Ministry of Roads and Highways from now, you will need to buy professional indemnity insurance, because if you supervise work that fails without any explanation, we will draw down on your insurance cover to make sure we cover the damages that you have caused. So this is a very clear message to contractors and consultants. We are no longer going to tolerate shoddy work under any circumstances.
Opanyi esan editor asubiemu said you di kan no yemo obi contract afa yakwan ahodo ho se nipa ne bekọ akoye was say no omo de contract ne be ma ombe hwemu yie papa panye contractor bia enye sa wo ba ya be kan so metimi ayi say ma ye we nti no ye ma contract na ye jemo edia ma wo say wo se aban no e ba be ma nani abedi yie pa no wa hwe say wa ye de contract ne be ma wo no wudi mu e na afi wo se fata say adwuma no wo ye.
We have huge delays in contract payment. The projects that have been awarded and contractors are not on site simply because they raise certificates and we are unable to pay them. There are also an issue of the portfolio of stalled projects, which is quite disturbing. And then the inefficiencies in the procurement processes, which is what our agencies have done. I.e., there was almost uncontrolled level of award of contract. As a minister, every day people come to me, I've got this package, and they are throwing it in front of me to just approve. Reset means that cannot be done. We will only go ahead with projects that have been programmed and budgeted for. And I'm pleading with everybody interested in playing a role in the road sector that the days of uncontrolled, unregulated award of contract is far gone. We will only start projects that we are sure we can fund. So that is a message to everybody. We also identified significant problem with technical personnel to supervise some of the project, because when we went around, one of the concerns of stakeholders was the quality of works we are delivering. Works are done, and within a project, normally we are told that when we do surface dressing, that is the one you and I know as the rough one, that is tarred but it's rough. It's supposed to last maybe 6-10 years, but 6 months after the project has been handed over, the rain falls and it washes away. And part of the reason is because of the strength of our technical people in terms of supervision. It is not their inability, their technical capability. We don't have enough personnel to go around the country to supervise the close to 1,000 projects that we have on site at any given time.
So for so can say any abayaba ese odejiche fufuro beba na eto aje na kwantempon so no atumi akoso yie na aye kwan fufuro so na emu atumi ada ho no no chese kwan enhihye fufuro mu de ebe mmeko makomako edumienu eno mode omsam ene nkrata ababedan asoye ne se adwuma ne de momo mbetumi aye no chese ho hihye fufuro eba kwan mu beda ho kwan a wodu ba bia yetua no onkogina ho nche ne ade no omo ede akọ abankesem cabinet so omo hwem no mo hwem wi a ebeba na commercial billion na hye no akonkrata so na adwuma no atumi ahyase.
Cabinet has given approval for the reintroduction of road and bridge tolls with a focus on modernizing the collection of these tolls. We have done the transition that we want to transition to electronic and automated tolling system, enhance transparency and auditability of revenue inflows, improve user experience and reduce congestion at toll points. The ministry has launched a concessionaire pre-qualification process so far. Public advertisements have been done. A pre-qualification conference was held on the 3rd of July 2025. 12 firms have submitted applications currently under evaluation. Proposed new toll rates have been submitted to Parliament via Ministry of Finance to determine the rates we are going to be charging when the toll is implemented. We are hoping that this will be based on electronic platform. There will be no physical barriers in on any road, and the tolling would only apply to roads that are engineered, meaning that roads that have been fixed. So we don't intend to put tolls on any rough road and other things. But when we make interventions, then we can toll them to raise more money to maintain that and to fix other roads in the country.
Ebusiafo yi gyina ha ne ahome kasebo no so ye gye aboafo nkrato abasesia. Abusiafo esa mama kwa ba yebetoa ensem no so ede amamo na NPP amanyoko no enra enomudi tu justice de nominations no omebie mu nti womo a omo be so omo be fa forms na omo pre etu franka ma amanyoko no ekwan mu eda ho na omo de tu justice eye nomination we no se wo kwa akofile a 100,000 Ghana cedis and afin show application fee no 500,000 Ghana cedis no enama wo chreche ni ba ko a owo UPS suapon emu ora Tofik Adamu Mohammed ede atodwa say wo hwe ebo no mo gena say wo kan nyina bomu a 600,000 Ghana cedis tete no 6 billion wo say do so dodo say obi pa akwanya aba be ya amanyosem na so obi pa akwanya etu franka ma amanyoko die sika no emu dodo ebasa na entimi emma kwan emma perepere yo enye adwuma into obesre se omadaroma sikasem say die e wo se omohweni.
The monetization of young politics is gradually deepening in our democracy, and Sadamazan Okoda, it defeats the essence of democracy, because democracy obey there over replace aristocracy. We should make it in such a way that even civil servants, because come to think about it, politics is about civil service, public service. You understand? You want a serve woman, you want a some woman. So some some woman why about or them muka cruise car or pepe and sana me too my serve maman. Rather I'm imagine chamade maman impon or make provision for me, easy for me there my basoman. On yamin order makapiska na na mabasom mamanin. So we should make it so affordable that even a public servant should be able to buy forms, submit forms, and make himself or herself available for public office, like presidency. So I think the Damsike or Yesika Sebe or discourage, a lot of people from taking up political or leadership position, and then allow some few people with resources, elite, allows the elite to be the only people who can always come up and contest for election. That does not augur well for our democracy, for any democracy, in the world. So you are not going to use your money to serve the country, okay? You are not going to use your own resources, your money, to serve the country. You are rather going to use the resources of the country, to serve the country. So rather what we need to have, is people who are competent. These are the things that we need, or they pay attention to, or they actually in no one wasn't, but whether the person has the competence, has the skills, has the ability to serve, the country. These are the
na ora Tofik Adamu etwa ne nsem so kan se ebraso se oman yeyemra se ne beya ebebo amanyukufo ho ban na sika ebegege ne ade no enkonkobro so sanso ena nsem bere da ho se opese oyiwe a kwan o se ofaso no pese oyiwe a kwan ofaso ni na emra ede da ho no beboa amanyukufo hu se utu anamo a emra da ho ne na se obi asori ade opebia no ena opeye.
Has been an ongoing conversation with Omanimo about political party funding. Who funds political parties? Who funds the political class, or who funds them? And there's a popular saying that he who plays the piper dictates the tune. So I mean, more sponsor, ne alcohol power and alcohol officer. Say that's a office. That's a catch all them in here, bibia. Certainly, as Babam, it's a natural, human tendency. Certainly, as Babam, we must be deliberate and have policies. Over kettle them yamaya, or them, have tendencies of corruption, in our country. All the political parties, that has been the practice our way, especially the two major political parties in Ghana, NDC, MPP, one as our way. So, Asami American ocheche ana okoma NPP na NDC fu nyina. They need to make the system very flexible. Obi obaka there sikan no it's expensive. It's justified. And all of us can see. Let me we in Ghana, how many people can raise 600,000, right? Ghana cedis. That is old 6 billion Ghana cedis. How many Ghanaians will be able to raise them within this short period just for filing of nominational campaign narampo on by? I'm saying that the minyamana own sunsando no sunsando kasa pai kataseshe na krono.
Yet why ensem no eswa na Ghana Scholarship Secretariat omo ebi omo portal mu ama say adehia na sa adesua for mo scholarship no omo betimi akọ nom akọ apply na wode atodwa say 5,000 local scholarship impimunum scholarship awodo impimunum ena omode ma na omode impimienu ema womo nim ade pa na so bibi nti omonsem eni bie na afi impimiensa akwa ma womo qualify a wo hwo omode mu a eso ani na wo the scholarship si ema adesuafo a omo ewo level 200 ekono into level 200 300 400 obia wakwenya se eko file na se apply for scholarship na sha ase enne edi akwa August bosome ne da etoso dunum
afi no ya adwen se ye beye in total of 5,000 scholarships na 5,000 ni mu no ya reserve 2,000 edi ama potokasem ya omo ye from brilliant but needy students omo ewo nimde omo enimwoma but sikasem nti aya consider amaso omo betimi atoa omo adesua so eno no enye scholarship secretariat ne na ebetena aba be determine die ni fie sikani ho na emum no ye de eno no ma ye tertiary institutions no, that is from the universities to the colleges of training colleges no. Botaye attachire ni say omo ne students nete omo soso ne nim omo academic performance and omo nim omo financial record the ultimate fees and the ultimate fees, but 3,000 na open for competitive if you like process, and we are reserving 3,000 no because omampani ye certain commitment promises may ushare manifesto ma omampani share boss yemboa Ghana police service na omombe do omo capacity that is within the 3,000 yemboa Muslim brothers our Zongo communities nansen amudi salary. The president even made that announcement there inti sa 3,000 ni mu bi na ye de be make sure say omampani bo sha share amanfo eno no ye de emubi ebe for felisa promises no. Scholarships we are na fee no 70% is focused on STEM, IT and then law. Qualification and eligibility ni said the can kai no e was all ye Ghana ni a ote Ghana ya na owo admission dada say from level 200 echo level 400 and now teacher training whether first year second year because no fee stress and almost benefit here to we are targeting the second year students, but be targeting first year students for private institutions. Mami sisu dia say yes application mode of application obeko www.scholarships.gov.gh scholarship no s so scholarships.gov.gh ema obi enko dada say website we no ye no application fee be say uni code be any other. We've seen that, we have reported them to the security agencies. Ye say investigation be so na ya chesa ankrofo no
ya kwa omaso ne ne nsentwofo nyina pani awda no o my Ghana mura abekorajumfo edi nkomo afa sentwori bi okwakodi ne juma isusu se soja ne bi akwakwere dom eno ena yebisa ne se ensem we sen ena okafa Zabet what we come adeba UTV so nyimre
me jo so binia na mpacho obi aho ye de
nyame adom ye ho ye na so
na me go so shira me so
ensem we wote ne se na se na okafa
Ebem se eni de bi kan no Mammy and Chia as a phone in Anna, member, it is the name. There's a Jimmy Cool, member of us, say, Modum Tuma, a diamond minor, a several or minor, in a very professional manner. Ye Boma Basso, I feel ye back. Some is a assessment, a new say a mera womb ya, said you come in to be mammy kid air calling anka. Sabu Emre Emria and Kasa is central for enjoy a freer media environment. Aka ya koyi tuma soa ya grow ya the Sabu ya memma ya beti so sansi ni se ye di tuma pa abo minor ama ehuni surubia ishimu. Samre mum and Sabu ye bro ye attack ye inflicted pains and injury on us. Hey assessment. The Bam say nim oba kaya Emre Takribi, Emra Abai Ebai, somewhere in February, a pressa, a cafe, and Abaya Tisui, and Abaya Abbey, and Kaka, your papa, President Mama, okay, who I am so training, or yet proud member of the DJ, Central Kubat Kuno, with Dimwa Kotini. You mean say, a basse, so be at the plight of journalists, or however, and name. Amanua is a trophy for or you nipa bakwa, Nima or Tiafi, Sasso Kayo, or Tia Yao, Afe, Idiafe. Na, the car say, the best 50 days under the second administration, na ya recordo 7 attack, the car say, a young president, the Bama say, same week, the Koya said the Yankee Bita, Emma Yakin Aproso, Nini, yet to say, you take Mukase. A CPR from data you work. Information available to us. Indicate to say, Afibia non some trouble who comes an attacker, ye di and Sakaka or more, the Buomono. It's now for 20 years, average, age na 12. 12. Now, Afia a woman Kuano. First 50 days, and the record was 7. The name will say, any. No Cassia Israel, a few Busumia Tosso and Son and Bani Vie, Yedika record 12 and the data. Abaco crab a pencil, I'm an 30. And see, I use a year, just say, Ubunica said, Rebecca said, very scary, allow me to say, a year then and some truff war, a Duma ye di Diabua to be Mamika Yamanakuni, a Duma ye di young Nayabua ADP democracy, Mamkin would be. Yes, several of mine, several mine will come be so called be so. Not a nedia, adding, yes, you like it to you.
Elizabeth.
And some church money, it's not a crime. The year can say, Yen Yanma Yakot, ya attacking. So, old in Tuma. In Tuma now, Oti Yeno. If I'm say, a security for national security, military count, police for count, Epco, some Kubu, Sebu, demolition. Yeah, dear, I got some demolition anyway, dear. I got say almost like a now. So, your public, it is being carried in the public, and we are public interest media. It is some trying you call us or far for report to about the road the AC or what. Sebio, the first one is it is not a security zone. A zone that Sebio is a journey to me. Now, a nunti, the timidity and psychic and training as a channel, near the national security. I mean, when was the last time I went to Brookgate?
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Ni nyina mu no pamampani atena ye de okasa pamampani ora filosofi kwache ere krata ba so pamampani said ye see ye no ansie ntwaye na asweye a ehwe eye ye bambo nsem so ehwe se osre de odi sa abo no mba ehwem na sa asotwe bi ha omo de ama no what is answer no so uso mu say
edim ya tepa ya te atenkan na ye dika na menka se ye bo pamampani asweye abaso enkaka minya filosofi kwache a Minister in charge of government communication. Sebio Kasama for Kasama Mampini Apano. Na yabona basu sa no say the swift reaction by issuing the statement the crown air commendable. No, we are not impressed. You're impressed. You're impressed to attend say yes, say ayana any network sakrano isn't it becoming so alarming? One kasa who say yetikuma. Omampeni aso ye statement of the buy si ye komu a obewu se bebia ediwa e kire se omoma timelines se the Minister of Interior and the Defense Minister, and na and that or your mom and our your mom nami and sa, your mom nami you, almost for Mua Yambra. I'm my national African, you are master be a security for. Yenina, I'm my woman. Abia Ibu mine your friend constitution. Constitution Ibu mine. I'm a Obibia equal right and freedom. And war security near our men and women in uniform. Security for so Omunina, Obianino. Your found your right and your freedom as enshrined the constitution. Obi immune than others. And unti say Timemuni and a echo store two in some tronia. But by this time I got communication as a press and abano. I come up any directed and now some penny customer for me your fellows. I say police phone concord see Omudi said mano. Now
okay.
See the full results of the law.
Zabet, ability, Yadubesiania Dawasi is a trophy na oh my God, Mompeni and Wakasa Fan Century, my Joy FM, you may do Kudi Australian business Sakano, and no, and Akasa Afahon.
Abusia 4 years saying down your home, Abasasi, I bet was. Ebusiafo ye Simon Makwaba ye to akase no eso. Ene eye World Day Against Human Trafficking. Na omasan so atonidin se Blue Day. Na amasofo a wo hye ma mema enkoda ne amanfo yedie ensem so onmunyafo Dr. Agnes na Momo Lati Edia Tuja so besre sesa adewe ya ekoso no behia so bia de ne mu abetekire ama yedi so enkunim krofo aye traffic omo no aya na ano edin ha adwen ye into say wo hu bibia aya na waka bibi se de be ya ebetimi aboa ama eto etwa
mestre awofo na mastre omanfo say normally no obi beba in the name say wenya edwuma bi ama wo ba normally it's this domestic works whether amanoni ana say aha sometimes you feel say ye be ye die ewo amanoni enti ye nyina ye prayer ho we don't even take time ye be bisa nsem ehu hia concerning edwuma na ye koye. We don't check the track record of these agencies or individuals. Yen share say baby aye kono ya na say enye in a bid to improve our living conditions no na yakoto sa traps yimo enti mesre awofo bempre wo ho emfa wo ba ma obi say onfa ne nkona one ne nkotena ana say onfa ne ntukwan wo feel say bia ana wa dwimu ne say okonye adwuma wa manoni aye na odi bibipa abefie enye it is not always the case nti mesre mo eya mumbisa nsema ehuhia get evidence to show and prove say indeed baby anepa na ekono jumedi a okodi no the person your child or your ward will be safe and protected and sana where to san amono so we say wodi emra for and I say the security agencies cry ebemu please do that. And if for one reason or the other you've fallen victim to any of these fraudsters now me paucho chibeng police and I say or Chibeng, the nearest security agents around you, and now say Chibeng ministry no, yes, you have a guidance as to how to redeem your dignity. And when you are
Ebusiafo ha ene breba kwan amayede yakase boni nyina esi na ansa na yebekọ yedi pep student ho adanse e de achiri sanse e wo sa bribia wo hwema wo sere eyefe wo sere be yefe nso anachese wo se no ewa hoden efe na afi nso hu wanuma hu ndi nsem ni nyina no ekoye intimisro aya no pep student na wo de atwi wo se ye wo herbal charcoal triple protection cavity fighter wonya bia ebeboa no pane anwumre nyina fatwi wo se na wo sere enyefe pep student say every smile matters na anwumre eye Pelix African styles ene share me atade we wo pam ye enye already made nsa no ofe opam ma ne mema ne nyina owo weja wo ne DVL for no eben number near 0243 961384 0243 961384 and a she salon and also so a yemi wiki and mammy one also will wager when near West Coast Small any D and Shen Michelle for whom she seeing na comano na obema who I fair number near 0558 611 842 0558 611 842 and you may I can kind for a me abana bay nyano mene
Enim ado.
Yadam was say I'm a minamu and anything.
Welcome to NLA 590 Mobile. Today we will discuss how you can win cash by playing 590 on your phone or online. Visit 590mobile.com.gh or dial *959# on any handset or network and choose option 1 on the menu for direct 1. Select one number from 1 to 90 as your direct 1 number. You win 40 times your stake amount, only if your selected number is the same number that appears first in the draw. Thank you for your attention. And remember, you can stake your favorite NLA 590 lottery on your phone or online right now.